Hi, I'm looking at the Sage Barista Touch coffee machine, and one of the key features about it is the automatic milk frothing wand, which is a standout feature. But if you really want to improve your coffee drinks, you're going to have to learn to manually froth your milk. It does it so much better than the automatic wand. The automatic wand is very good, and if you're in a rush or if you're wanting to show the machine to somebody who doesn't know how to do it and you want it to be straightforward, then it is really useful for that. But if you want to make the best quality drinks, then really you want to learn to do it yourself manually. Now the good thing is that it takes the same amount of time whether you're doing it manually or whether you're just pressing the button and letting the machine do it for you. So it doesn't take any longer, it just takes a little bit of practice, but once you've done it, you will appreciate the benefit. Now the steam wand on this machine, it comes out, when you pull it out like that, it does it manually by itself, and it only sits in that one position, so you can't get the position of the wand wrong. And that's actually really quite a good position. That's kind of where you would want it anyway. So there's three aspects to frothing your milk. The first aspect is the temperature, and that is quite easy. Basically, when the side of the jug gets so hot that you can't touch it, and you're like, ow, 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 that's time to stop frothing. Another way to judge it easily with the automatic milk wand is to prepare a drink which is your favourite way of doing it to the temperature you normally like it, and whatever it feels like there, that's the temperature that you're trying to reproduce when you're doing it manually. So basically, don't go above the point where it's too hot to touch, because you'll end up overheating the milk and it'll start to break down the actual milk itself. So that's the temperature. The second part is introducing air into the milk, which is called stretching the milk. And what you're going to do is you're going to just submerge the wand in the milk like that. And once you've got the steam coming out of the wand, you're going to slowly bring it out. And so the tip of the wand is just kissing the surface of the milk. And you'll hear a sort of a hollow tearing sound, kind of like paper tearing, and that's as the air is introduced into the milk. Now it's important not to go too far, because if you get it just slightly too far, then you'll hear like a more rumbling sound, and you'll see big bubbles forming. You don't want that. You want just like a paper tearing kind of effect, and you'll see that the milk starts to almost grow. That's what it's called, stretching, and so you'll see that it does start to incorporate that air into the milk. We'll have a look at that once we actually get going. Once we've incorporated air into the milk until the jug is about the same temperature as body temperature, so it's just started to warm up a little bit, that normally takes about 10 seconds or so, then you're going to just very gently move the tip of the milk wand just back, just under the surface of the milk again, like that. And that's stretching the milk. Very straightforward. The third and final aspect is Vortex, and that is the swirling of the milk in the jug, which is going to incorporate all those lovely bubbles evenly throughout the body of the milk. And to do that, that's very straightforward. So you're going to keep your jug, you're going to hold it level, like that. Not like that, not like that, level. Then you're going to rest the wand on the spout and slide it all the way up to the top. Finally, the final point is pointing straight down the middle there. You're going to angle it halfway between touching the side and straight down. So like that, like a quarter turn. And that's it. That's the position you're going to hold it. When you want to start stretching the milk, you're going to slide it down very slightly until the wand's just out of the surface of the milk. And when it's finished stretching, slide it back up. Only a tiny fraction. Just looking at that sort of amount of movement. But you're going to keep that angle and just rest it on there, so you've got a good firm thing to hold it on, and just slide it up and down to control the air going into the milk. And that's it. And once then you're just going to keep hold of it, keep hold of the side of the jug, just to make sure it gets to the correct temperature. Once it's done, switch the steam off, slide it down, give the wand a wipe. That's important. Make sure you wipe it first. And then give the jug a swirl. That'll just help to incorporate any bubbles. The other thing is you might want to give it a tap down, especially if there's any big bubbles just left on the surface. Giving it a tap on the worktop will just help to break up those big bubbles. Give it another swirl and that'll just nicely incorporate everything back into the milk, and then you're done. So first up, we're just going to purge the wand. Takes a couple of seconds. Cold whole milk is the most forgiving option. We're going to use half and half semi-skimmed, so we're going to go up, we're going to tilt it a quarter turn, and then hit full. There we go, that's cooked in the milk. That's good. That's the temperature. That's just a tiny move back at the wand just to submerge it. I'm looking to try and get rid of all those large bubbles. The bubbles that we're interested in are the micro bubbles that are throughout the body of the milk. That's just getting up to temperature. And we'll stop there. Give that a wipe down. And we're looking for this nice, thick, creamy consistency without any large bubbles in there. Now, fair warning, I'm no barista, I'm just an enthusiast, so this might not be perfect. But have a look on YouTube for other videos for your latte art. They'll give you much better guidance than I will. So that's it, I hope that's useful. I'll put another video up soon of different drinks with different techniques with the milk. Like lattes, cappuccinos, flat whites, that type of thing. But hopefully that'll give you a good start.